canvas easel, just changed a lot of things. Let's see how this looks. Just getting my music ready here. How are you? Not sure if you can see me or hear me yet, but okay, let's see. Testing. Okay, let's see. Testing. Sweet. Hi. So it works okay. There's the gotta find the chat here. There we go. There's the chat. And let's edit this. Okay. I guess that's fine. Alrighty. So if you can hear me, how are you? I want a bigger canvas, and I've had like the same easel for like 2 years. So it's like taking me courage to do this. To have a bigger one. I've got ideas and stuff, and I want to try them, and let's see. Cool. Alright, so I don't have to adjust anything. Oh, and I got new tools, which is rad. Ooh, I got more detail brushes. Ah! So excited. Like this one, which was hard to find. Can you even see it? Hi, Big Jesus. What's up? Can you even see that? It's like, oh, I'm so excited. How are you, Big Jesus? I'm blessed. I want to paint out my feelings right now. So I'm gonna do that. It's my art, it's my expression. I speak color. It's a silent music. I mean, how many shades of black do I need, you know? I don't know. Thanks, Rainmaker. I totally forgot. Cheers. I'm just waiting for that to dry. I'm mixing another color. This is kind of a big thing that I'm going to do, so it's going to take a while, but there's layers. Hi! Yeah. Callie B writes, hi! I am outlining the rest of my life right now. Hey, I know them feels, bro. How are you? I hope that's a fun thing that you're doing. Hi! I'm awesome. It's fun planning stuff. Yeah, totally, man. I like planning stuff too. I'm actually good at planning stuff. Totally. You know, for someone who's good at planning stuff, I'm also really good at just absolute spontaneity. It's kind of a weird contrast. I'm both sides of the coin. Planning and structure, and then absolutely spontaneous and wild, like, whoa, that was completely not accounted for, but I can roll with the punches, so it's okay. Me too. Yeah, it's good. Sometimes people can't be both. They are either one, which is woo, and can't be the other, or the other, and it's like, that they can't be the other, and it's like, you know. But to be able to be both is like, that's fun. Yeah, same here. In fact, it took me a while to just accept that that's a word that describes me, because so many people used it. I was like, why does everybody say that? Like, I don't even, I don't know if I agree with that, but now I'm just like, yeah. I'll turn off my music. Well, it's like that plus the term free spirit. Like, later on, I learned that not everybody considers that a good thing either. So, all right. This is gonna be like a multi-layer thing. I'm just waiting for it to dry before I do the next bit. It's probably gonna take me quite a few weeks or episodes or whatnot. I'm trying to lock in exactly what I want to do. I've realized something about myself. And, you know, everybody is a creator in their own way. And I mean, I had to find someone else to do my book cover because I realized I didn't like the artist I found. Oh. Dang, I think I would do my own. I'm that artist. That's me. That's the I want it done like I'm just gonna do it. What was I saying? Okay, so like as like a creator, like a conscious creator, we can create our own reality. And I think a lot of people are aware of that. That's good. You know, also it can be said, what you believe you receive. You can, like, the reticular activating system of the mind is like whatever you believe in your deep subconscious, like that's what's going to be validated on the outside, and whatever is validated on the outside to your brain, that's what you're going to make action on. So then it's just going to be a cycle, whether what's in the subconscious is good or bad, or like positive or negative. But I wonder if other people have, you know, their own way of creating reality. But what I found about myself on accident, I didn't know it was like this, but then it just like, wow, you know, started to actually like work that way, is if I paint it or if I draw it, it comes to be into reality. Some people are like, if they write it or if they sing it, and then it comes to be in reality, which is a superpower, honestly. I mean, if you break it down, that's a superpower, right? That's creation, right? And everybody creates differently. And I've written things, and I'm a writer, and I've written things, and they don't always come to be. It's more like I can just express myself like that freely. But if I draw it, especially because I'm so like, when I do draw or paint or something, like I'm very like emotionally involved, and like emotions are like the energy that like goes forth and creates, you know, using an action. But my specific action like that I have to use is like drawing or painting, and I'm not great at either one of those things, but for some reason that's how it works for me. So that's one of the huge reasons why I need to really work on this skill set, is because like I want to really paint the things that I want to create, you know, to come to be. So to create my own reality, I suppose. Also, like, I'm really cautious because, like, sometimes if you're really emotional and, like, you sing a song, I don't know if it's like this for anybody else, but I've done this before on accident. Like, I'm really emotional, I get to a song that's, like, really on that vibe of whatever emotion I'm on, and then I start singing it, and so then I'm just, like a surfer, like I'm like riding that sound wave and that like consciousness level, and that like, and so then like then that reality comes to be for me. And I'm like, whoa, 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 I didn't want to do that. Oops. And so like, so I don't like when everything's all great and wonderful, I try not to listen to like, let's say, a song about heartbreak, right? Getting my heart broken, right? Like listening to, and some of these songs are really beautiful, but it's like, but if I actually like listen to it too much and I like get on that vibe, I actually create that reality for myself on accident, to where then the next thing I know, I'm getting my heart broken and it matches the freaking song, and I'm like, what? When I started singing the song, that was not what was going on. But then shortly after singing the song, now that's going on. So it's like, okay, I gotta be careful of where I like aim myself, you know, like where I'm aiming my attention. Like, yeah, it's a beautiful song. I can't listen to it, because if I do, I'm gonna put myself into that reality, and that is not where I want to go. So I'm gonna stay right here and keep navigating where I do want to go. I pay attention to these things, because then I'm like, how did this random event oh, whoa, it looks and sounds exactly like that song that I'm gonna stop listening to that song now. I don't want to repeat this. I don't want to have this reality again. I've learned. Be careful. But like, that's the whole like, where attention goes, energy flows. It's so, the reason why I say that is because I have seen with my own eyes like how accurate that is. And it's like, all right, it doesn't matter whether you're paying attention or not. That's what's gonna go down. And I really think that music is really, really powerful to do stuff like that. So it's like, I'd be very careful of what music I listen to. Like, extremely careful. I try to just like, most of the time I try to just stick with like wordless music, because then I can travel those vibes and direct where I'm going. I don't have to follow the words too, you know? So I do like, you know, classical music, or music just with either minimal words or no words, but I guess it just depends. I write because it makes me feel like I'm becoming someone. Like my philosophies and morals, values are forming as I write, or I'm realizing them for the first time. That's so rad. That's like growth. That's like growth happening in real time. That's freaking rad. I do that with listening to music. When I'm listening to music, I'm actually listening to people, right? Because I listen to people all the time. I people watch, but I like listen to people, what they're saying and what they're really saying, you know, like what their heart is saying. It's like I can hear it. So when I read something, like let's say somebody's post, or I listen to somebody's song, or it's like I can hear what their heart is really saying, and it helps me to see clearly, but it also helps me to see from another point of view, and it also helps me sometimes to identify things inside of myself that I didn't realize were there. So it helps sharpen me. Classical music is the only kind I could hear for 3 days when I became afraid of music. Yeah, I like classical music because then I can travel to wherever I want to, and I just use music as like a portal to just travel wherever I want to. But if I listen to music with words, then it opens up the portal and I go wherever that person was at when they sang that song. So wherever they were, I travel there. Because that person that made the song might not be there anymore, but when they were initially there, that's where I'll go. So it's pretty much like just traveling to the past. But sometimes those places are pretty intense. But like with classical music, I can travel like anywhere. I can travel to anywhere. Music with words keep me up unless my mind is going at the same pace as the music already. Oh yeah, yeah. Like getting your frequency, like, or getting the music, finding music that matches the frequency where you're at. So if you're wanting to calm down, like more of a chill pace, and then like if you're like hyped up more, yeah. I also use music as as stairs, right? Because sometimes I like plummet to hell, and like I just have to like use music to stair step my way out of hell, you know? It's like, crap, I just got back here again. Ah! So like use the frequencies that are there, like the music that was made in hell, you know, and then like use that to slowly stair step to the next music that's like, oh, that was made in not all the way the bottom of hell, but kind of like in the middle. All right, and then that music was made like in purgatory, right? So it's like, then like stair step my way out and get back to where I was, which I'm stair step my way out to get back to the classical music, or like music that's just instruments, maybe even just instrumentals, just to, then I can use that and I can go higher. I can go to higher heights and to other levels of consciousness higher up. So it's a really useful tool when doing like internal journey, like digging stuff where you like plummet down to the past, which is hell, you know. It's like, whew, yeah. So I've been doing that. I've been writing that for all day, and at least I've arrived at the point where I can talk, so that's good. And paint. Just waiting. There's a couple spots. The rest of it looks dry, but I'm waiting for a couple spots. Ain't no hurry, right? Well, at least I'm not the only one that feels that way about music. Well, that's how I view music. That's what I do with it. It's a tool that I use. I'm also very, like, I understand that it's powerful. It's like the ocean. So it's like having my own ship and sailing the ocean. But like, I understand that it's powerful, and I respect it for its power. You know what I mean? And it can mess some stuff up. So like, just be chill. Make sure there's blue skies. Make sure there's blue skies before it goes sailing. Sailing on the open sea, like my son would say. Sometimes for me, like, to write or to paint, sometimes I have to be on some sound frequency, like, and just like stay there, and like on that platform there's like it's almost like there's an existence there, and from that existence, that's where I'm, you know, creating from. What kind of paint do you use? Acrylic. I use acrylic. This is not oil. Top Notch Tommy. Top Notch Tommy says, what kind of paint do you use? I want to get into Bob Ross style, but don't want to spend a lot of money. I think Bob Ross uses acrylic as well. I don't think it's oil. But hey, what's up, Top Notch Tommy? Yeah, the thing is about acrylic, or like about painting in general, is like the paints last for a while. I like listening to streams while writing. That's awesome. The paints, once you get the paints, they last like a while. It's the canvases or like what you paint on. So some painters, they just get like a book, a sketchbook that's got thick paper for painting, and then they'll do, which I have one of those. But then like that's where the money is really. But otherwise it's just like recycling. Like some of my paints I've had for like 4 years or something like that. Hi, LOL. Love the vibe you have. I'm a photographer and love the arts. I'm a photographer too. I love photography so much. Ah! I do. I really do. Like, look at this. We got a writer and a photographer. What's your Insta? I think. Does it have my Instagram on there? Yeah, there it is. It's at the Sadie Nichole. Like the @ the Sadie Nichole. Nice. Yeah, totally, man. Like I put content up there. I'm kind of working on something which on Fridays, I do either painting or coding, and anyway, I'm working on something right now, so I haven't been really heavy into the content creation. I do these live streams, but I've kind of stepped back on the content creation because I'm focusing so much, but I do create plenty of content on there on Instagram. People don't really know that, like, basically I have my, like, my Instagram, but if you go over to the reels, like, it's a whole different world. Like, I have so many reels, but no, like, they're not on the, you can't see them on the front. You have to go over to the reels. And I got like a crap load of reels, just storytelling. I use reels to storytell. Just for fun. I don't know, I like creating that stuff. I kind of have extended my, photography skills into videography, because sometimes I couldn't get the right shot, right? Like when you're doing photography, like the lighting is perfect, and then you're like focusing in and you're gonna get the shot, and then like something, like especially if it's moving and because of the wind or something like that, right? So what I started to do is like hit the record button. So then it's a video, and then I would hit the to take snapshots, right? To try to get the shot. But the reason why I did the video is because just in case I can't get the shot with my freaking finger, like, I'm gonna go back to the video and I'm gonna pause it right there and I'm gonna like take that out of there, right? So I accidentally kind of like segued from photography into videography, and then I ended up like, actually, I really like these little short videos that I'm making that are basically moving photography, right? And so then now I'm like collecting videography, and I'm like putting videos together and like storytelling, like doing stuff. Like, I didn't mean to. It was just because, like, stop moving! I'm starting a YouTube photography channel. I just got GoPro 10 shoot 5K. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I'm pumped. Gonna be photography vibe, chill music, B-roll, no talking, just photography vibe. It's gonna be dope. Oh, that's so great. I love doing nature photography. I don't know. I love candid shots of people just like living, and because I've watched people for so long and I've like been around people for so long and just like observed them and understand kind of like how they move and respond and react, or if I just know the person, I can do things and say things on purpose to get them to move in the direction that I want to, so then I can anticipate a shot. Yeah, that's fun. But otherwise, I really do love nature photography. I don't know, I like the close-up shots, especially of like water droplets and stuff, but like I also like the far shots, but only, I don't know, it has to be like really color rich, or the object just has to be just very striking, you know? Otherwise, I like more close-up, in focus photography because the object can be very striking. To almost not even know what the object is, just because like, what is that? You know, like, I like that part of nature photography, so. But now I'm getting into more like videography too. I like it too. Like, I like it. I think it's fun capturing life while life is happening. Authentically, unscripted, just, you know, real. I love that. So, I must tell you what the rest of my year will look like. Oh, yes, please do, Callie B. Please do. Like, dude, Top Notch Tommy, I'm just thinking about, like, going and traveling and doing nature photography, videography, and then putting it together. Making another catalog of the photography, but making, like, videos of the experience, like, the nature experience or, like, life experiences. Yeah. Oh, just right there, there, and there. All the rest of it looks pretty dry. Yes, please tell the rest of what your year will look like. I try not to plan tomorrow because who knows, you know? Who knows if this is my last day? See, that's why I got this canvas, and like, this is the last opportunity I ever have to paint. I want a bigger canvas. If this is the last memory that I make on Earth, I'm doing it on this canvas. Once a week, 3,000 words for a podcast. 350 words a day, twice a week, stream, twice a month. Emails sent to all my subscribers every day, write my novel, 500 words a day. That's amazing. I should do the same thing. That's a good idea. Here's the thing, like, for me, I'm not at this point yet because most of my focus and time is really on my schooling, on my college. And if I don't have that, which takes up a lot of space in my brain, I'll be able to do more like this. I should probably do this though, like, next. I just structured my schedule for my week, and how I want it to like run. But I think I want to put things like this too. It'd be a good idea. Excellent planning. 350 words a day is actually 2,500 words because 3,000 sounds hard. That's a lot of words. 3,000 words for a podcast. So how 350 words a day. Twice a week. Stream twice a month. Email sent to all my subscribers every day. Write my novel. 500 words a day. It's pretty good planning. See, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna paint or code once a week because it's something that gets me to my goals, my long-term goals and my short-term goals, and it's like good for my my internal self. Come on. And then I do Super Buddies because it's for my short-term and long-term goals. And it's like a social experience. So is this. This and Super Buddies is like my only social experience. So it's like I'm doing this for me. But for my artistic side, I'm doing this for me for my long-term artistic goals, and I'm also doing this for me because I need social interaction with like human beings because I focus on all of this other stuff, and it's like I need to actually like connect to people. Callie B writes, did I ever ask you to join my email list? You want me to join your email list? Okay. And everybody else in the chat, join the email list. What? Okay. You never asked me to join your email list. Man, I'm so like weird about emails. Because I don't want to like spam people with emails. I usually only do so if people ask about my novel. Nice. Dude, that's rad though. Writing a novel. I think you did ask. I must have forgotten. Maybe. Well, I've asked about your novel. We've talked about your novel before. I mean, is this all I'm gonna do this episode? Just like wait for this to dry? Dude, we're literally waiting for paint to dry. I want to use black though. The darkest black. I'm doing it. But other than that, like, it's like school, art, coding, which is also an art, video games, which is also an art, but video games is like also like fun and then like social, like that's what I'm doing. And now I'm like focusing on like, I don't know, entrepreneurial goals now. I mean, I always kind of have, but is it too many things or not enough things? I've had to like build a structured schedule for myself because it fits with like what my children also like, you know what I mean? 'Cause it's like we're a team. It's not just about me. So I have to make sure that we're doing things that they like to do while I'm still also like doing the things that I need to do, that I want to do, and that get us closer to like kind of like our collective goals, which like they don't really know about yet, but they will, and for our future, you know, as a whole unit, you know. So while also like taking into account like my own health, you know, because I could work myself to death, you know, like, and I've done that nearly many times before I had children, so I do know I do know that that's what I will do to myself, and I've done it. So I'm probably gonna work myself to death. Yeah, I mean, but I mean, I have little kids, so I can't do that. You know, that's not nice. How do I send you the link? You can write it in the chat. Or my Instagram is up there. Let's see. That's awesome. There. I subscribed. Anyway, so I've created this like way of living to where like we're happy now. Like, okay, so when I'm doing things for my future, it's like, yeah, that's all well and good, but also I need to be happy now. You know what I mean? Like I need to enjoy my life right now and be thankful right now for how my life is right now, because I may not live another day. So I keep that in mind when I'm you know, also for my children, you know what I mean? It's like I can't just like always be going towards the future and completely forget that like I have to also make memories now. You know, and I also have to like have a good life right now. You know, so yay, thank you. Yeah, thank you. So I do that. I've been doing that is like structuring a routine for a lifestyle. A routine for a lifestyle that is beneficial in all ways. And I'm talking like Maslow's hierarchy of needs always. It's like good for me and my whole team in all ways. Okay. Then from there, which that's, you know, foundational, then I can build on that and, you know, do stuff like that. Like how many words per week I want to write, how many, you know, to make sure that I'm doing it well and such. It's a good idea. But anyway, I just finished creating the routine and running through it, just like creating a program and running it, you know. I created a routine. I'm running it this week. So far, so good. It's going pretty well, and I'm not burnt out. Which that's what happened last time when I made a routine. I got burnt out too quick, so I was like, oops, it's too much. Too much demand either on the mind or the body, or both. So, so yeah. Next up is all the scheduling like that. Okay. I also want to teach my children, like, how to do this, you know? Yeah, have goals and stuff, but make sure you're living your best life right now, you know? Okay. And I want to do Is that what I really want? I think so. So on your mailing list, what do you just like update people on what you're doing? Like with the novel? Breaker. You okay? I've written emails about what's going on in my book, but just little bits of it. Nice. I try to do that in my server. I've been resending emails to anyone who missed any though. Any too. Nice. Yeah, I give updates on what I'm doing, what I'm thinking, like what I'm going through, like in my server. That's what I do. I guess instead of sending emails, I just update my server because it's a lot faster. And I can do it at any time. And people can like converse with me like on the server. And that's what I want for them. Be able to talk to me. Should I do this? Oh, no. And I invite people to my Discord too. Some of them joined. Nice! Great job. Yeah, I invite people to my Discord too. Like, I don't know. I just keep doing what I'm doing. Like, I just keep working. You know, like, oh, I should probably make a way for people to know what I'm doing. But I just keep doing it, though. Yeah. Like, if nobody wants to know, that's cool. At some point, I'm going to be done. And then I guess I'll be louder about it. But I'll be able to know who was there before I became loud about it. You know? Because at some point, I mean, I know how to do cadences, lead. I know how to lead people with cadences. I know how to be loud. Come on. I think I've been loud for so long. I'm just really learning how to be quiet and to work diligently. You know, because here's the thing. I was loud about what I'm doing when I first started. I was really loud about it. Oh yeah, like extremely. but I ran into a lot of issues. And I was like, okay, I need peace. I need peace while I continue doing this. So I had to stop being loud because all of the really nasty things that came with being loud, I wanted that to stop so that I could focus. And the only way for that to happen was for me to just be quiet about what I'm doing. So I did that for a while, and now I'm back to kind of like, I'm being informative of like what I'm doing, but not too much. You know what I mean? Like if people can hear me and catch wind right now, cool, whatever. You know? If not, I'm not worried about it yet. There's like a time and place for everything. And when I'm ready to be, hey, look what I'm doing. Because I was like that. I was like, hey, look what I'm doing. Oh my gosh, this is what I'm doing. Oh my gosh, like I gotta tell everybody. Like, it's really amazing. Like, and people did get excited about it and stuff, but then like a lot of bad stuff happened. People are not nice. I'm like, okay, I don't want to worry about this. I don't want to worry about people being not nice. Like, I'm just gonna chill, work on it, and when I'm done with these like foundational bits, then I'll be like, see, I'm doing this. See, this is what I'm working on. See, and here's all the details about it. See, so it's not just a concept. See, here's my proof. So that's what I've been working on that. I've just been diligent until I'm ready to be, you know, full-time just telling everybody. Like, okay, it wasn't too long ago. I was at a jacuzzi community, you know, with people from the community. And I very lightly talked about kind of like my concepts on things in general, and like with the country, with the world, like with my ideas. And when I did that, it drew them in, and everyone else that was in earshot, it drew them in. Even people that were even further than earshot drew them in really close to me, and they wanted to hear more. And I was just kind of testing it out. Like, what if I just start talking about this right here? Like, spontaneously, like, talk about spontaneity. What if I do that right now? And I did. And it had the exact same effect that it had when I very first started all of this and when I would talk to people, except for now I'm able to articulate it clearer because I've been working on it. I'm able to articulate it clearer. And so the responses are very like, more, tell me more. And I'm like, okay. So I already know, like, I keep like testing the waters to see, okay, like basically what I need to do when I'm ready to start being extremely vocal about this. Because like, if I be extremely vocal about something that I'm not, when they come at me, when people are coming at me saying, more, wait, what are you doing with this? Like, okay, what, like, they want more information. Like, if I don't have all of the information to give them, then what am I supposed to give them when they ask, you know? So, like, I can spark the intrigue and I can spark the interest in, you know, and I can put the visual image there. I can add all the details, the concept and everything like that. I can do that. But then they want to know more about the details and about the in the here and the now, in the concrete, in reality. How can this become, you know? And it's like, so that's what I gotta be able to answer those questions. I know that. And so that's what I work on, is to be able to answer all those questions. Those are colors that yes, they are. Okay. Now. So, I've been working on this document I've been writing. I've been working on that because then when I'm talking about this, when I'm talking about like what I'm creating, and they're like, okay, how? What? Where? You know, then I can be like, here. See this document? Let's go to the next page. And here, and here, and here, and here's your answer for this right here. So that's that's my current thing. I started getting worried with my email list. I started running out of ideas, but more ideas came to mind. So that's awesome. That's rad. Okay. I want... What do I want? I want to try these out. Okay. And even like writing that is taking time because I have to also live my life, you know. I have to also be a mommy and be like present and have spontaneous adventures and teach stuff, and you know, so it's like otherwise I will workhorse myself into the ground. When I very first started all this, I hardly even like slept or ate or anything. I just worked like constantly, like never a day off ever. Yeah, for sure. So then I would do something like this. No, First, can you tell? I got this new blending brush and I want to try it out. Ah! Because, like, I was starting to really get into my, my content creation, and I'm like, whoa, I gotta slow down, because if I get too much into that, I know what I'm going to be talking about, and I'm going to always be talking about what I'm doing, like, what I'm creating, what I'm building, what I'm designing, like, what I'm doing. I know myself. I know what I'm going to talk about. And when I'm talking about it, it's only a matter of time until people want to know, like, why am I doing it and what am I... And then if they're really interested in it, they want to know even more. And then I'm like, wait a minute, I'm not done. You know, so that's why I slowed down on my content creation. I'm finishing this document. Up so that when I'm doing my content creation, which is very fun for me, okay? It's fun for me to just, like, be myself, just do stuff, just like exist and, like, be silly and, like, goofy and all of this stuff. And I will always bring back, like, everything that I'm doing that's silly and goofy and other things I say, like, I will always bring it back to what I'm creating. I will always do that, because what I'm creating has everything to do with everything that I ever do all the time or talk about anyway. So I'm finishing this document. I will probably create the next one and finish that one. And when I am done, then it's just going to be all content creation. Like, then it's going to be all the time, because then I'll be able to just be free. Just be free and just, like, wear my cool chokers I love and talk about whatever I want, because I'm always going to talk about that. And then, so then if people have, you know, questions and stuff, it's like, then I know what to say. And I will have something already done. And then I don't have to sweat. I don't like that. I don't like to sweat about, like, not having the answers. It drives me nuts. So, it's like, maybe if I don't have the answers, maybe I'm putting myself out there too soon, too quickly, you know? I want to focus on creating stuff that's easily accessible and stuff that they can listen to instead of read, which is why my book is also an audiobook. That's what I do. Yeah, like, exactly. Like, that's why I've created... Have you ever been to my website? I don't know if my website's up there, but I've created a website, and on the website, there's a bunch of stuff. There's, like, a bunch of photography you can go and look at. There's or you can purchase. There's, like, merch stuff on there you can go look at and you can purchase. There's, like, links you can go. Then there's my links, like, basically like a link tree, but I don't need to use Linktree because I have my own website, so I just make a whole plethora of links, you know? So it's like, you just go to my link, and it's all my other links are there too. So it's like, you could literally probably spend a lot of time just clicking through all of my links of where I am located all over on the in the virtual realm. Then, when you're done doing that, because that might take a while, then you can come back and be like, well, what else do you guys like? Well, now you can also go to, you know, well, on one of those links is, like, all my podcasts, like, You could go listen to all that. That's going to take a while. When you're done with that, it's like, oh, then you can go to my YouTube and you can watch all of that. Oh, and then when you're done with that, you can go to my company's YouTube. You can watch all that too. Oh, when you're done with that, you can go to freaking Twitch and then like watch all that too. So like while I'm like doing stuff, because I do need to finish these documents. While I'm doing that, it's like, it's not like there's not plenty that, that I'm doing. Plus, twice a week, I'm live. So you can also interact with me, ask me questions about literally any of it, any of the podcasts, any of the conversations that I've had on Super Buddies, any of the conversations that I've had about painting. You can talk to me about painting. You can talk to me about like anything because I'm live. Like it's me giving anybody who's like gone through the whole thing of everything that I have out there. Like there's even other links that like you can scroll and all my opinionated stuff. You know, you can go to my freaking Instagram, like tons of content. Go over to the reels, tons more content, right? Like so. You know, and then actually I have multiple Instagrams that serve different purposes that are different parts. Like, you can spend probably a month catching up on everything I've already put out there. Meanwhile, I'm going to complete these documents. I have to. At this point, I've reached the point of the progress of like what I'm doing, like navigation-wise. I have to do this. And if you need more, I'm live, so you can hang out with me and ask me questions about it. And if you need more than that, I've got a server, which if you go and click on my server, and either you could go through Twitch, you could subscribe. If you're a Twitch subscriber, then you get access to my server, to the whole Twitch part of my server. If if you go to the actual server, then you can become a subscriber on the server itself, and then I will interact. Like if you go to my server, if you subscribe and go onto my server and like, hey, Sadie, what are you doing right now? Like I will respond to you and be like, hey, somebody, I'm doing this. Like, what are you doing? You know? So like, and I've made it like really colorful and interactive and everything, so where people can like, if you're really interested in what I'm doing, like at this exact moment, come ask me, you know? Otherwise, like, I have my live streams for basically the same reason as my server, except for it's just like more face-to-face and like in color and sound, right? Instead of like on the Twitch server, it's like writing, you know, and like stickers and stuff. So it's more like two-dimensional, like one-dimensional, and this is more like two-dimensional, three-dimensional kind of, you know. So yeah, so that's why I've done everything that I've done. It's like I'm not done doing what I'm currently doing yet, but I've got all this other stuff that like is all out there, like, and you can go look at it right now. Like, it'll keep you entertained for a while. Here, this will keep you entertained while, like, intermission. Like, here, this will keep you entertained while I'm working, because I'm still working. You know, that blended pretty good, actually. That's good. So then, I guess I'll do this. But I planned it this way. Probably 7 years ago, I planned it like this. To be at the point where I'm like, well, at some point I'm gonna have to start creating content so that I can have it there for people to watch while I'm working, because I'm still gonna be working, but you know, but here's some stuff you can watch. Now, when I'm done doing these documents I'm working on, then, you know, then it's like on, like in terms of content creation, like then it's on, because then I have other stuff that I want and need to do, like Superhuman Cafe. Like, I need to do a lot more of that, and I want to do that, obviously, but how does that look? This is amazing. I love this new brush. I'll still be painting, you know. I'll still be probably doing Super Buddies, at least until summertime. When summertime comes around, I don't do Super Buddies because, like, I just don't do it in the summertime. I do it when it's cold. Do it during the cold season. But I'll also be traveling and doing all more of my nature stuff, you know, content and all that, and all my other series stuff. I'll be doing that when it's warm also. So basically I stopped doing Super Buddies and I do other things, like other content, like that you do when it's like outside, you know, when it's like good weather and stuff. But here's the thing. Here's what happens, okay? So, like, let's say I'm at a cafe, okay? And I'm doing Superhuman Cafe. And I'm filming it, okay? Not even live. Like, I didn't even do it live. I just did a beta test run for myself. But let's say I'm doing that, right? And while I'm doing that, like, people are like looking around and like, and then later they'll ask me, what are you, so what, I heard what you were talking, and then like, you should see what happens when I'm like, when I talk on those, like, all these people start getting real close and they start like listening, like, to the content that I'm speaking about, right? Like, consciousness and stuff like that. Like, that's very, it perks the ears of people. But I want to be able to be more responsive to them. When I was doing it, I couldn't be. I kind of like kept myself kind of clammed up and kind of like gave this like, don't talk to me, like, don't approach me kind of thing, because I wasn't ready yet. Like, I'm not ready. I'm not done doing some of the things that I'm actually currently doing right now. But I want to be done with this so that when I am out there doing my content creation in the public, live, okay, because Superhuman Cafe will be live. That's what I want it to be. When I'm out there doing that, like, I want to be able to, like, oh yeah, like, this is what I'm doing, you can go here, like, this is what I'm, and I, you know, this is where blah 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 blah. Like, I want all of that to be more flowing, right? But I've got to like set myself up to be free like that, because I'm not. Because I end up getting all like, when somebody asks a question, when I'm like, ooh, I haven't finished that yet, so I can't answer that question, and I don't like that. I don't like feeling like that. It makes me feel really uncomfortable and unprepared, and I don't like feeling like that. So so I just like back off, be quiet, finish what I'm doing, and then get out there and be like, aha, look, this is what I'm doing and stuff. I know, I'm just like, it's like wild, but we should totally do this, like, and I can back it up with all this, like, and that might not make any sense, but it makes sense to me, and later it may make sense to others. Okay, now that I've done that, now I want to do this. But, I had planned this out 7-8 years ago, and I am walking through my original plan as I planned it. The exact way that I had planned it. Except for other things also came into play, which I did not account for, which, like, I'm not even mad. Like, so it's like, Breaker, are you okay? Oh, I see. Did that scare you? That totally freaked you out. That freaked you out. You totally got scared. Oh, you freaked yourself out. That was all on you, bro. That's funny. I don't mean to laugh, but yeah, I do. Baby, you're funny. Like, for some people, they're probably wondering, like, what in the fuck is she doing? It's like, I don't want too much attention yet. Not yet. It's not time. You know? Like, I gotta finish this real quick. And I'm doing it as fast as I can. Meanwhile, I'm also going through, like, my internal healing stuff at the same time. So I'm like, oh God, don't look at me right now. Like, it's not time for me to be on stage yet. You know, like, come on. Like, backstage. Like, I'm backstage. Like, don't try to throw me up there yet. Oh, no, man. All the world is a stage, right? So. Yeah, I go like that. Okay. But I need a little bit water. Ooh, I like it. Maybe that's why I wear black so much, you know, because it's like I'm backstage right now. I'm trying to be quiet. I know I'm kind of loud, but I'm trying to be quiet. It's like when the audience can hear people laughing from backstage, and it's like, shh. Oh God. Do you know how many times I've got kicked out of class and went to detention because of how loud I laugh, okay? Like, oh my God, people would do stuff on purpose just to get me to laugh, because then I would get in trouble. Because I can't contain it. But anyway, that's how I feel though. Like, hey, stop trying to do stuff to get me to be loud. I'm gonna get in trouble. And I think I might be also having nerves about it too, you know, because I know, like, I don't know. You know, like, sometimes when you get nervous, well, actually it never happened to me, but it happened to other people that I watched, and I, like, was holding their hair, you know, like, throwing up, because it's, like, nerve-wracking, you know, like... What? there's none. Where is it? Alright, that's good enough. Let me just get little paint specks all over everything. Why not? A painter's life for me. And on nights where I see scary stuff, I cannot sleep. You see scary stuff? You see scary stuff? Tell me more about this. On YouTube. Oh. Well, just don't watch scary stuff. See, I don't put my attention on horror stuff anymore. Because it can create that in reality. You know? Horrific stuff. Horrific outcomes. I don't watch that stuff. It's addicting. Actually, fear is addicting. It's addictive. Negativity and fear. Like, our human brains are drawn to it. And it, it's like a drug, for sure. I had to break myself of the habit of it and do stuff like to make sure that it doesn't show up on my feeds or anything like that, because automatically, I'm a human too, you know, so automatically I'm drawn to it. And then the sounds that are like, ooh, that's scary, and it goes towards it. Like my children, they're little, and I watch them and they do it too, you know, they're inclined to stuff that's scary. And it's not, I mean, once we've overcome so much, then it's like, it's not good for the brain after that, you know. It's one thing overcoming fears, but it's another thing like doing that to the mind and to the body and stuff, and it releases all those fear chemicals, and it's just like can be damaging to our health. I see it accidentally. Okay. About that. I gotta wait for this to dry, and I don't want you guys to freaking watch paint dry because it's a little weird. But the next thing I'm gonna do, the next layers, I'm gonna do a little bit of clouds or something like that. Yeah. Well, that was so fun. This is gonna take a while for me to do, but we'll keep working on it. Oh my gosh, like, and there's like a reason why I do this like live stream painting thing. Like at some point of my painting journey, I'm going to feel confident in doing this live. And my goal is to take my easel and to take my painting supplies, okay, like wrap it all up all cute, like little bag, and get a canvas and go sit myself somewhere in the public. Sit down, put music in, just start painting. Yeah. Ideally, also have a camera there, live streaming, but me doing this instead of in the comfort and safety of my own home, doing it out in the public. That's my goal with this. So I'm overcoming the fear of and the vulnerability that it is of being a new painter and knowing nothing about this stuff and doing it anyway, and not doing it in silence and solitude, but doing it in front of people. Like, that's nerve-wracking, you know? But if I can do that and I can overcome that, then I can do it in public, you know? So, because this is the most vulnerable part of me, is the wanting to be a painter. Like, I am an aspiring painter. That's what I want to be. That's what I want to be when I grow up. Yeah. I think I'm done with this for today. I don't know how fast those are drying. This makes me want an even bigger canvas. Oh my gosh. Also, I need to get a toothbrush so I can do that a little better without getting speckles all over the place. It's not a big deal. I don't care. Like, what's on your dress? Paint, 'cause I'm a painter. Something I've always wanted to say. And it's so cool, like, because I already wear a beret. Like, in the army, I wore a beret, so, you know, it's like a soldier thing. But, like, it's also, like, just a cool thing. And, it's just part of my character, right? But, like, but also it's a painter's hat. Like, it's a known, like, oh, painters wear berets. And so sometimes I'll be out and people will just, like, be kidding me, like, what, are you, a painter? And I'm like, yeah, I am. And they're like, oh, seriously? I'm like, yeah. Or, like, when I wear all black, you know, like a dark, mysterious artist, right? Like, wear my beret, that I go to an art store and I buy paint and paint supplies, and it's like, no way, stereotypical artist and painter. Yeah, I'm totally doing it. I'm doing it. What? I wore a beret in the army. It's like a double entendre, kind of, but like with fashion. Okay, like it's my thing. I don't know. I don't know what else to say about that. Anyway, I think I'm gonna be done with this episode today, and I don't know if I'm gonna paint next week or if I'm gonna code, but yeah. Thanks for watching. Have a good night.